The United States Department of War has just released the wildest combat footage we have seen all year, proving once again that you can run and you can hide, but you will run out of fuel long before the American military runs out of patience, because US Commandos have just stormed and seized another secret Russian ship in the middle of the Indian Ocean. The footage we are looking at is nothing short of absolutely incredible, showing a level of tactical dominance that sends a shiver down the spine of every dictator in Moscow, Tehran, and Beijing, because it confirms that the Shadow Fleet is no longer safe anywhere on the seven seas. President Donald Trump, alongside Secretary of War Pete Hegseth and Secretary of State Marco Rubio, made it crystal clear that there would be no more sanctioned secret ships allowed to operate in the shadows, and if we find them, we are taking them down, period. This isn't just rhetoric anymore, it is kinetic action, and the vessel in question, the Achilleas II, had been operating in defiance of President Trump's established quarantine of sanctioned vessels attempting to transport illicit oil to fund Russia's war machine. This ship thought it was clever by turning off its transponder and going completely dark for 99 days, vanishing from the grid after leaving Belarus and skirting through the Caribbean. But what they didn't realize is that the United States Department of War was tracking and hunting them the entire time from the Caribbean all the way to the Indian Ocean, proving that no other nation on the planet has the capability to enforce its will through any domain by land, air, or sea, quite like we can. Quite like. The Department of War posted a statement on Twitter this morning that was absolutely savage, stating, "When the Department of War says quarantine, we mean it. Nothing will stop us from defending our homeland, even in oceans halfway around the world." And they followed that up with a nighttime raid that looked like something straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster, but was 100% real life. Let's break down this crazy footage frame by frame, because right at the start, you see the sniper Overwatch sitting in the door of the helicopter with a suppressed rifle, likely an MK-11 or SR-25 scope up, and ready to engage any hostile target on the deck. This is what we call top cover, and it ensures that if any Russian crew member decides to be a hero and pull an AK-47, they get dropped before they can even aim. Then you see the fast rope drop, which is one of the most dangerous maneuvers in maritime interdiction, because you are sliding down a rope onto a moving wet deck with choppy seas below you, and these operators make it look effortless, fanning out immediately with guns up and establishing control of the vessel within seconds. The Russian crew members knew the game was over immediately. You can see them coming out with their hands up, surrendering without a fight, because they know that against Tier 1 operators like this, resistance is a death sentence. What is particularly interesting about this specific raid is that usually these interdictions are credited to the U.S. Coast Guard's Maritime Security Response Team, or MSRT. But this time, the statement strictly credited the Department of War and made no mention of the Coast Guard, which raises the very real possibility that this was a SEAL Team 6 or MARSOC operation, signaling an escalation in the tier of assets we are using to hunt these ghost ships. We also have to look at the context here, because this follows the capture of the Veronica in the Caribbean on January 15th and the Orellana on January 9th, where we actually saw commandos throwing flashbangs and using shock and awe tactics to clear the deck. The message being sent here is tactical, but the impact is strategic, because these ships are the financial lifeline of the Russian and Iranian regimes, using the Shadow Fleet to bypass sanctions and sell oil to fund their wars. By seizing the Achilleas II, the United States didn't just take a ship. We took millions of dollars of oil out of Putin's pocket and sent a terrifying message to the insurance companies and captains of other rogue vessels that if you carry this cargo, you are going to lose your ship, your payload, and your freedom. The Department of War is effectively saying that we will deny illicit actors and their proxies the ability to project power in the global maritime domain. And we are proving it by hunting them down across 10,000 miles of ocean. It doesn't matter if you flag your ship in Panama or turn off your GPS. We have satellite signals intelligence and the most lethal door kickers in the world ready to ruin your day. This is the Trump doctrine in action, where economic warfare is backed up by immediate and overwhelming military force. And quite frankly, watching footage like this makes you damn proud to be an American, because it shows that we are the only superpower that can project this kind of law and order anywhere on the globe. I want to know what you guys think about this raid and the new aggressive posture from the Department of War. Do you think we should sink these captured ships to create artificial reefs, or sell the oil to pay down our national debt? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and please make sure to like and subscribe as we continue to track the destruction of the Shadow Fleet. Stay sharp and stay safe.